Welcome, everybody. This is another edition of American Car Classics radio program. We're right here in Todd Byron's shop. Let's get that right, the house of Byron. How's everybody doing? It's been 2 weeks since you've seen us. Sorry about that. Todd and I were a little under weather, and Mike and Steve, they accepted the day off. So with me today is Mike Carano, Steve Charbonneau, and Todd Byron, the normal crew.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, how's everybody doing?
Good.
No complaints.
Y'all had breakfast on Saturday?
Yeah.
It was quiet without me?
Always.
Right, so it's been an interesting 2 weeks. We've been super busy at the shop. Steve, I know you've been slaying it. Yeah.
Staying busy.
Todd, you're slaying it and moving and working and slaying it and moving and working and slaying it and moving and working.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you got to say about that is yep.
Just busy.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mike, you're buying a new Camaro?
No cars. No cars. I'm still waiting for the Pontiac to get down here.
Okay.
So I'm waiting on that.
Where's that going to go?
I got enough room in my dad's garage for both cars. If I move one over a little bit.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll go in Tom's garage, I think.
Okay. Tom Gores?
No, Tom, my brother. Tom.
Oh, Tom, yeah, with the Mustang.
Yeah, because I'm hoping that he looks at the car and says, you know what, I'll buy it. If not, my brother Tom.
The Catalina?
The
Pontiac?
The Pontiac was Le Mans.
Le Mans.
64 Le Mans convertible. So we'll see what happens. Soon I got to get it down here. I want to see what it needs, how much it's going to cost me to fix everything.
Yeah, he's still got the Mustang in there.
He still has the Mustang, and I keep telling him to sell it.
Yeah.
He knew. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it looks. If not, I got a couple of potential buyers already.
Yeah, maybe he'll bring it up to the Elks. He did last year, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah,
but
because it's a short drive.
But I got some potential buyers for the Pontiac just in case I don't want it. So we'll see what happens.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, Steve clued me in a little bit, man. What's jiving over at Treasure Coast?
Busy as all get out.
Yeah. Both sides are working well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've had a paint gun in your hand yet this week or last week or anything like that?
Nope.
Listen, he's too busy.
You don't want to have no paint gun.
It comes with the ownership, though.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Still got Todd there. Hey, Todd, come here over here.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Today was Steve's day off, our main painter guru, and we're getting ready to paint that two-tone C10. And I don't know. I know there's molding, and I know there's little places to put the molding, and you can paint behind that somewhere, but it's got to come out because the molding ends at the front before the grill, and there's a lot of little particulars. So I said, let's just wait till morning and do a little scuff on that and get the green painted in the morning when Steve's here to tape it all off, because sometimes it's just easier to rely on the professionals that know that end of it a little bit better.
What the hell is that?
A professional?
A professional.
Yeah. Instead of paint?
Someone who's been doing it
just
for a while.
Just wing it, dude.
Just wing it.
Yeah. Speaking of winging it, we're almost doing that tonight, but we've got John Kraman that we're going to call later on the phone, and he's, of course, the voice of Mecum Auctions, and they're getting ready to go over to Glendale at the end of, well, not really right now, but the end of March, I guess. They take a little bit of time off after Kissimmee. It's such a big circus that they've got to catch up on paperwork, Steve.
Paperwork, checks.
Got to send the checks out. I know they have the big auction this weekend up in Lakeland.
Yeah.
They have another auction going on. I think there's 800 cars, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be live streamed.
I know. It's good, right here in Lakeland, Florida. Was it Carlisle?
Yeah, aren't they
live streaming?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that is that in Lakeland?
Yeah, Lakeland.
Yeah.
It's this weekend.
Really?
I
that's a
believe
pretty good one, actually. I've been to it twice.
Yeah. So
me and Ron used to go to it a lot.
Yeah, I think I might drive out there Friday. I think Tommy Gore's going out there. He's selling 2 of his cars.
There?
Yeah. So I think I'm going to
it's
drive
over
out
by
there.
like
is this
Plant
Fantasy
City
of Flight or something? Where's that?
I don't know where it is.
It's like southwest of Plant City.
Okay.
I remember going. It's in a huge field. It's like almost like they had like at one time like some type of fairgrounds.
No,
now that's not Mecum. That's Carlisle.
Carlisle Auction.
Okay.
It's like the one they have a huge one in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it's probably 2,000 acres. And they have it. It's just you could be there for days.
Yeah, they have a good swap meet there.
Yeah,
they did.
Swap Pennsylvania.
Wow,
the swap meet is tremendous.
They have a swap meet there at that one.
Yeah,
as well.
not as big, but like now
not as big
the swap meets are starting to come in. Sumter has a big swap meet, I think, every second Saturday or second Sunday of the month.
Huh.
So that'll be pretty good. That's always they always have a big one up there. And then I think the what else is going on this weekend? I think the Strawberry Festival. I think maybe
of course.
Road. I think is going on.
Yeah, it's Plant City.
No, in Melbourne. They have the
really?
Mopar. Was it the Mopar Super Swap? Is that this weekend?
Yeah.
I think.
And they do strawberries at the same time?
Well, they used to call it the Strawberry Festival, just like they did the
Timmy
one,
V used to go out there and do
just like the one over here, right? Under
right.
the Oaks isn't the under the Oaks anymore, so I think they're having no, we're just talking.
Yeah. So no, but Bryce, while we got you, in our ear, at least go ahead and hop on the microphone. Something. Tell us real quick about you went out to Daytona and you watched the 24 hours race, right?
Yes, I saw the 24 hours Rolex 24 hours of Daytona. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Because it was like you're at the race all day and you're into it and you're psyched and you go home. We left about 9:30 to the hotel room.
Okay.
And then we slept about 4 hours, got up at like 5. We're there at the track watching the sunrise.
Beautiful.
Cracking beers, in the 7 o'clock hour, watching the sports cars go by.
Did you ride the Ferris wheel?
No.
Oh,
we didn't really have time for that, man. Too much car watching to be done.
Slept for 4 hours.
Yeah, the race, man.
Cars way up above and stuff. So this is prototypes. There's IMSA. There's everything out there. Corvettes. There's every kind of car you can imagine, right?
It was exciting this year because in the top class, they changed the spec over. Now they're running hybrid drivetrains, and they added Porsche and BMW to the top class to go up against Acura and Cadillac.
And the hybrids were fast, from what I understand.
Yeah, they were fast, and they sounded really cool when they were going by. You could tell because the LMP2s still have the old V8 setup.
Yeah.
So you could get the same sound out of them that you used to get out of the prototypes. But, and then the GT field was just amazing. It was huge. There were 61 cars altogether. And to anyone that doesn't know this kind of racing, it's basically 5 races happening on the same track at the same time.
Different speeds, cars different catching classes at different times, not just on straightaways and packs or anything. But it's it really makes it. You got to watch your back mirror as much as you got to watch the front of your car.
Constant passing, and that's why the headlights are different colors for the different classes. So,
is that right?
So they know what's coming up behind them, whether or not it's someone they're going to try to defend or someone they need to let past. But, it was cool, man. And then, we actually, towards the end of the 24 hours, all the staff, the security is kind of
out of it.
Lackluster, right?
Yeah.
So
we know that.
We just sort of invited ourselves into the pit area where we definitely weren't supposed to be. Got some great candid shots of some of the crews. Of course, trying to be respectful, make sure I'm staying out of the way. But it was a nice little adventure to go back there and see what they do close up.
It's got to be better than the Clash at the Coliseum. That is just horrible.
I try to get into it, and 27 cars on a quarter-mile track.
It's just not fun.
It isn't. The drivers that weren't in it were watching it from way up, and they were having fun because these are their friends getting pissed off because you go into a corner, if somebody's under you, they're just going to gouge you and shove through the wall.
And that's what they were doing.
And it's a race of attrition, and I know that Austin Dillon was up there towards the end. I don't know who won
Bubba Wallace was up there at the end, and then I think the guy that won, Junior.
Martin
Truex Jr., I think, won. Just pushed him out of the way and was like, that's it. We're done.
Right.
With like 3 laps to go, pushed him right out of the way.
Yeah, the old Busch Clash, man, it was a pride thing where you won a pole and you got to go on and race in this. And sometimes the field was real low.
Yeah.
And it was always just real fun. And I think it meant something. Kind of like the NFL with the Pro Bowl. It's kind of lost its thing in changing.
Yeah, flag football.
Yeah.
That shit's
well, and what I'm hating is that the Coliseum isn't that big of a track.
Right.
And they're not selling out.
No.
This is the second year they've done this.
Well, you got to remember, the Coliseum holds 100,000 people.
I don't care. Daytona holds 200. They sell that out.
Yeah, it's different, though. Big difference.
Yeah,
Super
but
speedways and the little tracks. It
But
didn't
it's
even
like
look
go to Bristol,
Right, like going
how
to
big
Bristol.
is
Or
and
Thompson.
How many people you can fit in Bristol?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't hardly
But it wasn't
anybody.
It looked like
anymore
half
compared to
of
used to.
it was, really wasn't Full.
Yeah, they probably had more at the WWE on Monday.
Yeah, you went out to WWE.
Went to Monday Night Raw.
TV?
Yeah, it was on TV.
Did you
See
throw
Dusty
down?
Rose?
No, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
Who's Cody Rose?
Cody Rhodes,
Dusty's
Dusty
son,
Rhodes'
man.
son. Dusty
Really?
died like 20 years ago.
He did?
Probably.
Oh, man.
Probably.
Where was I?
Probably. You were slaying it just like you've been doing for the last 34 years. Where was I?
Where was
Ric Flair's still alive.
Ric Flair still,
Really?
yeah, he's
Yeah.
still going strong.
Woo! That guy?
I tell you,
right.
as soon as
Oh, man.
soon as you walk in,
I'll
that's all,
step into a Slim Jim, man.
Oh,
that's all you heard.
How about
throughout- That's all you heard throughout the Coliseum. Was,
Woo! Yeah.
love it.
we had a
That's
good
how long
time.
it's been since I've been to one of
Yeah,
them things.
it's funny. It was
But
fun.
the Slim Jim was Randy Savage. That was,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on TV all the time.
He was. He's
Funky
dead
glasses.
too.
Yeah, he's dead
Yeah.
too.
Figures.
But Miss Elizabeth's still alive.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know who that is.
No, I think she died too.
Randy's wife. What?
I think she died too.
Do you?
Yeah,
Huh?
I think so.
Man, I have to
Really?
look that up. Man, that's crazy.
You got a visitor over there about to. Woo!
Yeah, where's the big dog?
Yeah, you've got a new addition to the farm. Todd, it just keeps going.
I know, dude.
Miniature horse.
Tell us real quick about Bailey.
Julie
got a minute.
Julie got I don't know, some thing about this Great Dane that these people were home all the time. They couldn't be home, and the dog was used to them being home all the time, and they weren't, and it had like separation anxiety, and it was eating up a toy, and it got clogged up in its gut and had to go for operation. Well, they were contemplating on putting the dog down because before fixing it, because unless they could find somebody to adopt the dog, because it was actually a really good dog. So
Yeah, she's 5.5 years old.
4.
4.5.
4.5.
And
Great Dane.
Great Dane, and we're prior Great Dane owners, and so she knew all she had to say was to me. I've got a little soft side to me because of that.
Great Dane, right.
Right.
But she's the new
So-
addition to the house, and
Yep, Julie
There
drove
she
to
is.
Georgia and picked it up, and
wow. Come here. Can we get you on film here? Can you come here, Bailey? Come here. Come up. Oh, you're going to go the wrong way. All right. Well, listen, we're going to go away. We're going to come right back, and John Kraman's going to be on the phone with us. So hang right out. Hang out right. Whatever. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is American Car Class Radio program. I'm petting a big Great Dane on my lap here, and you can't see her, but she's beautiful. Her name is Bailey, a new addition to the House of Byron. And with me is Mike and Steve and Todd, as always. And coming into the second segment here today, we've got John Kraman on the phone. John, you're there?
Hey, I'm here, guys.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Always great to have you on the phone with us. We have not seen or spoken to you since January when we were all together for the Super Bowl of auto auctions at the, the Osceola Heritage Parkway.
Kissimmee.
And in Kissimmee, Florida. And
Right,
John, how
right.
have you been for the last month?
Oh, it's been good. We actually left Kissimmee with great big smiles on our faces and another record event. And we literally headed out to Las Vegas and held another record event with vintage motorcycles.
You did. Now,
No.
this was Mike from
Mike Wolf.
Mike Wolf's collection. A lot of
Yeah.
that was in there, right?
Oh, yeah. Mike Wolf had over 60 of his barn find motorcycles. They all brought crazy money. Our top seller at that event, just because, all-time world record price for a motorcycle at auction, $935,000 for a 1908 Harley Davidson strap tank.
I saw that. I
Wow.
think it was a light blue color or something, but it was beautiful. And,
kind of a gray.
Yeah, kind of gray. And it was beautiful. Todd is into some motorcycles, and
yeah,
I think
some Kawasaki KZ 900s in that going for some crazy money.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
a first year for muscle bike fans listening. First year
Muscle
restored
bike.
73 C1. Yeah, brought $50,000. The consignor would have been happy with 25.
Wow.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Market's wild, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, bikes
it is wild, John. Gosh, it just keeps blowing us away with the next news story that comes up about something like a 1908 Harley Davidson. I mean, I keep asking you, where's it going to end?
Yeah, we keep wondering too, but the interest in collector vehicles, whether they be motorcycles or tractors or cars or trucks, it just continues to churn. We set at Kissimmee, one of the highlights of the auction was that 7-car collection, all Ram Air 4 Pontiacs, only 2 years, 69 and 70, from Chuck Kokoma, all-time world record price for a GTO. We got $1 million hammer price, which means with fees it was 11.1
Yeah.
for 1970. Judge convertible Orbit Orange Ram Air 4 automatic, beautifully restored, plenty of accolades and all that. But $1.1 million out the door for that. Another world record.
And John, this car was restored. This isn't an original. This
Right.
isn't like it was stuck. It was restored.
Right. I know. So yeah, obviously the point to all of this is the market just continues to be strong. No sign of easing up at all. In fact, if we look at, what the traditional inventories, muscle cars and Corvettes have always been strong. 50s chrome and fin era has always been strong.
Yeah.
But now we're picking up strength with resto mods and trucks and 4x4s, and then newer vehicles. Whereas we get into the 80s with GM F bodies and Fox Mustangs, really nice examples of those, really starting to climb. Unbelievable.
Yeah, some of our favorite TV shows where they're drag racing, Street Outlaws, they're now racing a lot of all-wheel drive Jeeps and stuff, and it's just amazing. The new cars are accepted into this world, and it's modern horsepower. It's still a muscle car. It's still a hot rod. So, yeah, bring it out and do what you do with it, right? Or bring it to an auction block and see who wants to buy it. We saw Gary Neese's the Bronco that he donated went for $350,000. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was for the Gary Sinise Foundation charity.
Yeah.
We had Chip Foose there who actually did the work on it. It's a brand new 2022 Bronco, but with just some real subtle touches that Chip Foose did, and of course all the money went to charity. The vehicle was donated, and that was another one of the the high points. Gary just really is the tip of the spear in veteran support. I mean, obviously, his role in Forrest Gump as Lieutenant Dan is legendary. That, I think, inspired him. That was many years ago, but that inspired him to do something for these vets. And whether he's playing bass in his rock and roll band or he's out, working with us on these charity events, he's one heck of a super cool guy, and really glad to be a real small part of that orbit.
Absolutely. Well, John Kraman, you when was the last time you picked up your guitar?
I pick it up once in a while. We actually played at McCacken. That's the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. That goes back to November, what I call the Pebble Beach of muscle cars and Corvettes. And that's kind of an annual thing for us. My little classic rock band, Redline 7000, redline7000band.com for your listeners.
Love that.
Lots of videos and tunes folks can listen to. But that was the last time we actually played out. But I don't know, a couple times a week I pick it up and kind of bang on a little bit just to sort of keep the calluses on the fingers. Think about it all the time, though.
That's awesome. That is awesome. What do you find yourself doing as a tourist when you come to Florida? You're here for almost 2 weeks, I think. So what do you find yourself doing on what time you do have off? Is there something in Orlando that you love?
Yeah, there is. I almost hate to say it because it's really kind of the big tourist attraction for car people there in Central Florida. But I am never without a visit. And you should try to get there more than once a year. Get out to the Don Garlitz Drag Racing Museum up there in Ocala. It's just such a trip back into time. I know Don a little bit. He's been a guest at our auctions. We've sold cars for Don in the past. Yeah. He likes to be called, Big Daddy or Big for short. And that is really ground zero for drag racing history, not just his cars.
Oh, yeah.
Many of which he's got dating back to the 1950s. And he's, of course, the NHRA drag racer #1 of all time, always will be. So that is a day trip for me. I usually spend about 3-4 hours there. I like to go by myself and just zone out and just get into the spirit of, 70 years of drag racing from that guy. He's in his 90s and he's still just going so strong. What an inspiration.
That is incredible. That is incredible itself. Mm-hmm. We want to talk for a second about Glendale, Arizona. This is a great big auction. It is half the size car-wise of Kissimmee, but it's a third of the time period. So again, this is balls to the wall, and you turn the microphones on and go.
Right, and that has become, I think this is our third or fourth year out there at Glendale, which is Phoenix. And it really brought us into a market there. I mean, certainly Arizona is a huge car state. We know that. We wanted to be a part of it. And a lot of what has to do with where we go and when we go there across the country has to do with the availability of venues and then the availability of dates that are open to us as well. So, I mean, it's always a moving target. So we're really glad to be able to lock in State Farm Stadium, which is State Farm's, sponsor of ours. That works out well.
Yeah, that's right.
And that'll be the end of March, actually March 28th through April 1st. And there'll be some great cars there. Of course, that'll be televised both on Motor Trend TV and on Motor Trend Plus and on Motor Trend Fast TV. Real quickly, do you guys know what Fast TV is yet? Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't heard that one.
No.
Fast.
Yeah, let me give you and your listeners a little bit of orientation.
Please.
Has nothing to do with fast cars, by the way. Fast is free ad-supported television, FAST. And it's kind of a hybrid between cable and streaming. And it's something new that's being launched all across the country where you can subscribe to it. It's completely free. And you can watch, a variety of different shows on a variety of different network platforms. And it's got ads, just like a television show does. So you don't pay the, $4.99 a month or $9.99 a month anyway. Hats off to Motor Trend for making sure that folks want to watch us on linear TV, on cable, traditionally, as I do. Motor Trend TV. The streaming service at $4.95 a month is Motor Trend Plus.
Right.
And they're just starting to get going on Motor Trend Fast as well. So just a little orientation for you guys.
Nice. Hey, John, when is the Black Ghost going up for sale?
Yeah, one of the most exciting cars we've ever had. I mean, I'm going to put it right up there with, the Bullitt Mustang and, the Hero Honda Merc and these other legendary high-profile cars. First of all, the Black Ghost is going to our Indianapolis auction in May. And that'll be Mecum's 36th annual, the granddaddy of Mecum auctions. That's Dana Mecum's original Spring Classic. That was the first of all Mecum auctions, not our biggest, but in a lot of ways, it's our flagship event. It's very, very special. Black Ghost is a legendary.
Tell me about it. Tell me more about it. What is it?
Yeah, 1970 Dodge Challenger Hemi RTSE. One owner since new. A fellow by the name of Godfrey Qualls was a military vet, a Detroit police officer. Ordered his car in late 1969, brand spanking new, 4-speed, 410 gears in the track pack. But then he loaded the thing up with stuff like power windows and a power seat and an AM/FM stereo radio. And as a police officer, he would go out at night and he would street race this thing.
Yeah, down Woodward Avenue, right?
Hang out like, those of us that did that back in the day, right? We would go and we would hang out afterwards at a mall parking lot or at a drive-in somewhere, grab a hamburger or whatever and talk about this and that and the other thing. He would literally just disappear because his job was at risk. Well, anyway, fast forward to today, we lost him in 2015. His family has the car now. It's a legend in the Detroit street racing world. It's a legend in muscle car world. It's all original engine, original transmission, and it's being brought to market. And, just to give further credibility to this car, as all you may know, Dodge has their last call, their final 2023 Hellcat platform powered cars being available for the very last time before a lot of transitioning in the product lineup. And they, in fact, a year or two ago, they chose the Black Ghost as one of the cars to replicate and honor. So they'll be building 300 brand new Black Ghost Dodge Challenger Hemi RTs. And so it's an incredible car with an incredible story, and it's going to have an incredible price tag. Would not be surprised to see $2 to $3 million. For
at least I think so.
That car was there at Kissimmee.
Yeah, it was in Kissimmee. Yeah, it was just it needs to be restored, of course, but it just.
But the lineage that comes with it.
It's unbelievable that this guy used to get off work. He would do a 4 to 12, and then after midnight go drag race his car on Woodward Avenue. Right, John?
Yep, and he would do it with slicks.
Yeah,
right on the street.
Right on the street.
Illegal also.
And the whole state knew about this car. It's just
they did, but they never really connected the dots. They knew that there was a guy. They didn't know who it was.
Yep.
They knew about this car. It got nicknamed the Black Ghost, and now the story's being told. Really beginning. The car has been accepted to the National Register of Historic Vehicles.
Wow.
In fact, I think it's the only muscle car that from the muscle car era that's been accepted into that. The Bullitt Mustang is that. The Hero Honda Merc. A lot of really significant cars are in that. It was displayed on the mall in Washington D.C. in the Glass House. This car is a really, really big deal. And in fact, it's such a big deal that we're actually doing a 30-minute TV special on this car. It'll be called Mecum Auctions Presents the Black Ghost.
Wow.
And that'll be coming out probably sometime maybe April or maybe early May on the Motor Trend platform. So keep an eye out for that. Don't have any air dates yet. I was a part of that. I've already done my little part on that. And Chris Jacobs is hosting that. He's Mr. Mopar on our world. And a lot of really great folks are going to talk about the legend and the lore of the Black Ghost.
That is awesome. John, we're going to go on break. Would you mind hanging out for a minute while we do a quick break and come right back?
Love to.
Great. Awesome. Hang on, everybody. John Kraman will be right back with us. This is the American Car Classics radio program. See you in a minute. Love that stuff, man. Welcome back, everybody. This is the American Car Classics radio program. That is Greg Billings, who is still recovering from prostate surgery earlier in the year. He is doing well. We're going to have him on the phone in a week or two, as earlier stated. So with us still on the phone today is John Kraman, the voice of Mecum Auctions, and we've been talking to him about a lot of stuff. And John, when we went away last, we were talking about this 30-minute almost infomercial on the Black Ghost and what would be going on when we were at Kissimmee. Over on top of where all the GTOs were lined up, that class of 9, you had a great monitor above, and you did this repeated. I don't know how long the total tape was, but it was very, very knowledgeable on it, and it just gave so much to anybody that was looking to buy one of these cars, maybe didn't know the lineage of it or the history and everything else. But that was, man, what a great little thing to have over a cluster of cars.
Well, I just have to say that it's really a thrill and an honor for me as a lifelong car guy to be able to share some of my background and my experience, my real world knowledge of these cars from back in the day. My dad sold cars in LA in the 60s. I grew up around the car lots, and I read all the car magazines, and I literally for my entire life have just soaked up every nuance of it, and I've been able to retain it. So I can use that to talk about these cars, to keep the facts. What I say is I strive to be accurate and relevant. And I don't want false information out there to either make myself or make Mecum look bad, or to just continue to spread information that may not be true. And then at some point down the road, it might be considered true. So I'm kind of the champion of making sure that history is told properly and accurately. And as we move forward to new generations of auto enthusiasts, they're out there. I'm telling you, this is not a dying hobby or passion. There's a big transition in place right now, and I'm just proud to be one of those guys out there that gets to represent, the old school car guy out there, to make sure that we pass it forward properly.
And you do, John. You do it better than anybody. We're proud to be able to say that, and proud to have you on our show and call you a friend that we get to sit and talk with as we get excited to listen to you talk about the knowledge that you have of so many cars in the business of auto auction with Mecum, Dana's history and all that stuff. You get to sit there and interview your guys, the people that you watched CarCraft magazine, all this stuff on the covers of, and how just cool for you. Do you watch other sports? Do you know about LeBron James, that he just scored more than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? And do you have room for all that? Do you have room for all that stuff?
It's only about cars.
No, I don't, man. Isn't that wild? Cars, airplanes, motorcycles, and guitars.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. I am clueless, and I'm not kidding. I can't tell you about the basketball players you mentioned, what season we're in. what we're coming out of. The Super Bowl, I think, is coming up, but don't quote me on that.
Sunday. Yeah.
Now you're talking.
I am a car lifestyle guy,
There you go.
110% with no room for anything else. Hey, I want to talk to you guys about a really fun event that I saw kind of unfold at our Kissimmee auction in January.
Okay.
And that was that Hugger Orange. I'm presuming Hugger Orange 69 Camaro that Steve had brought to the auction.
Right.
Before I kind of hear the story of a certain cheerleader getting that car kind of cranked up on the auction block, I just want to say that one of my mottos is never trust a badge. I never saw a car in person that embodies that mindset more than Steve's 69 Camaro. It says Z28 on it. It said 350 on the front fenders, but under the hood, it was described as having a pretty potent 427, but clearly not a big block, a small block platform, putting out 427 cubic inches. So I just want to kind of give a shout out why I say never trust a badge. So tell me your guys' thoughts on how that sale of that 69 Camaro went down at Mecum Kissimmee.
Well, Steve, he went to go buy another car before this one, and the guy used magic on his phone to make it look a lot better than what it was, and he shipped it all the way out from Texas. And when it came, his girlfriend called and said, "You've got to come home. This is not the car that you bought." And he went through hell to get his money back on that, and the shipping people, they still wanted to get paid, of course, and then we saw that car at Mecum, so he ended up selling to somebody while it was out here, and then they brought it right to Mecum when they saw it was. So Steve's had his 69 Hugger Orange you had it for a year?
2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
And he drove it around to a few shows and did, but our friend Tom Gore came out and he brought, Mike, 2 or 3 cars?
He sold 3 cars.
Yeah, 3
cars. Yeah,
3. And so Steve said, "Yeah, I need to get this done, and let's go." And he was real close to bringing out his 1990 454 Chevy Silverado on that as well, but he got the Camaro out, and somebody didn't know how to start it. Mike, you were out there, and they didn't know how to start it.
They couldn't get it running.
So Tom ran out there and started it right up. He told the guy, "Get out of the seat," and he pumped the gas twice, and it started right up, and all this. And
stage fright.
It was because that was right before the block, and it was a beautiful car. Steve, you were at work during this event, and I went out with Bryce to cover the American Car Classic side of the Mecum auctions, and Tom was in the stands representing Steve to sell this with you, Mike. You were there, and it went quick to $40,000.
Yeah,
and then it just got quiet.
But it sold Mecum rule, and we got it. So
right.
It was good.
We know that somebody was up on the block that Tom was up there talking to one of the guys about lifting the bid, and he's not. And Steve, you were saying you're pretty adamant, not yet. And I gave a shout out. I just gave a come on. And
you were jumping around, John. You noticed that, right?
Well, I
saw it.
I was off to the corner of John, just on the other side of the Motor Trend cameras, and I gave another yell, and then somebody started, in one of your Mecum employees, John, they picked up and said, "Yeah," and they started applauding, which other people applauded. That got this guy going. Then they implemented the Mecum rule, and before you know it, she jumped to 48, and he grabbed her, and hey, that Mecum rule, how long has that been in existence?
It's been around for a long time, and just so that your listeners know what the Mecum rule is, what happens is if we have a high bid of X amount, doesn't matter, we have a high bid and we have one bidder left. There's no other bidder. We have a high bid, but that's not enough to buy the car. A dollar amount will be mentioned. Let's just say the high bid's $46,000 and it takes $48,000. I'm just using that as an example. That one individual high bidder, it's not disrespecting anybody else because all the other bidders are out. One left, raise your bid. Nobody else can bid. Raise your bid to, in this case, $48,000, and you will own the vehicle.
Right.
And I would say probably a third of the time it happens.
Yeah.
And 2/3 of the time it doesn't. But that doesn't mean that down the road the bid goes on process, which is a whole different procedure for vehicles across the block that don't actually sell immediately. But 10% of the vehicles sold at a Mecum auction are sold via bid goes on. So, but that was a great job of pumping up the car. It was a cool looking car, great stance, good wheel and tire combination, and that variety of badges where you scratch your head and didn't know what the heck to think of.
Yeah, we do know. We did watch this year a lot as we were trying to become a little bit better at the knowledge of of what these cars are going to go for. Haha. And I think that
Good luck
collectively
on that.
we saw 500 or 600 cars go through to the bid goes on. Do you have by Sunday, Steve went out Sunday and he said, 95% of that bid goes on a lot was gone, which certainly some people ended up taking it home. Do you know anything about how much of that got sold? Any idea?
Well, no, I don't have the data for Kissimmee, but as a general rule, that's just the most general rule, about 10% of all the vehicles sold at a Mecum auction are sold via bid goes on. So we sold over 3,000 cars. So I'm sure that it was probably somewhere in the 300 car range, which is impressive when you consider of how strong our sell rate was. The percentage of vehicles that we actually sell on the block was very high.
Yeah.
So you add on to the bid goes on sales, and that's why we ended up with another record. Can you believe we did $234 million in the sale of collector vehicles?
Man, that's crazy.
At Mecum Kissimmee. Last year we were 217.
Yes, sir.
It's the first time ever in the history of the world that an auction company has exceeded $200 million in the same auction in back-to-back years. Never been done before.
And spectator numbers, were they solid again?
Spectator numbers were up. The consignments were an all-time record. Bidders at an all-time record across the board. It's becoming, and as you guys know more than anybody, it's more than just a place to buy and sell cars. It's a great car show. There's entertainment. It's so much fun to be there in the action and the excitement, and everything is accessible. I mean, you can literally go right up to the cars, the glass houses, the exhibitors, everything there is for folks to be able to get in and enjoy. It's a homecoming for a lot of people. People don't even, it's a $30 ticket on site or a $20 ticket in advance to spend the entire day there.
It's cheap.
It's the best value and entertainment on the planet.
It's cheap for all the stuff you can see and do, and people you can talk to, and things you can look at. And everybody else is just their own individualities as to what they're doing, custom stuff that's incredible. So, John, listen, I want to say thank you for everybody for you coming on, and it was very late notice, so you are out Pacific Coast and just made room for us and everything else. I really do appreciate that, as I always do. Okay.
Well, hey, let's talk again. Maybe this summer. We are back to Kissimmee for the summer special.
That's right.
Osceola Heritage Park, July 6th through the 8th. Traditionally, last year we were at the convention center for our summer auction. It's all about venue availability and dates, and it was not available, so we're going back to Kissimmee. So let's go ahead and talk and do a little preview of our Kissimmee summer special.
We would love to do that, John. We appreciate that very, very much.
All right, my friends.
All right, John. Thanks a lot.
You take care and be safe till
Thank you,
then.
sir.
Everybody, that's John Kraman, the voice of Mecum Auctions. Great man, the knowledge this guy has, everything else. John, we appreciate you so much.
Oh, man, my pleasure, guys.
All right,
Thanks,
take
John.
care. Yeah, that is just incredible. The numbers just keep rising, and not by the hundreds of thousands or even by a million or two, but from 217 to what do you say?
234.
34. So that's almost 20,000 more or 20 million more.
20 mil.
Man,
That's crazy.
Something else.
And because you get new money coming in. You get Generation X people are starting to buy these cars.
Yeah.
They're realizing this is the way to go.
Yeah.
The banks aren't giving you the interest. You might as well invest in these cars. I mean, you get a car. Some of these cars are like tripling, quadrupling in price in a couple of years.
In just a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wonder what's the next thing that's coming up. I have a customer that had bought a 72 Carmen Ghia that they need to bring to me for paint. And I was like, how did you buy a car at Mecum that needs paint? Well, we've seen some that
Seen a lot.
I just, when I started getting into Mecum and everything else, I really thought that this is a place where only finished cars went.
No.
But it's not.
No. I mean, when I first started going, they would bringing up cars, and the auctioneer was saying, "Hey guys, give me something, $500, anything. We'll pay you to take the car." When I first started going, 15 years ago.
Right.
And I mean, that was the time to get the cars, and it just wasn't right.
And some people took the cars and they stuck them away.
Yeah. Yep.
All the 80s cars are coming up.
All the IROCs, all the IROCs
are coming up.
Yep.
IROCs, Monte Carlos.
Yep.
Your Chevelles are still killing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Monte Carlos, the Buick Grand Nationals are back on fire. All the Tri-5s are back on fire.
And station wagons. Station wagons made a big comeback
Isn't
this
that
year.
Something?
Yeah.
Isn't that something? We saw that one Oldsmobile or Pontiac go for $69,000.
And all your C10s are still killing it.
They are, and not just we're getting up into the 87, 88s, 89s are getting in here now. So I should hold on my 2002.
Gotta do something.
No. All right, this is the American Car Classics Radio program. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying tuned.
If you're feeling sad and you're feeling blue, don't you dare take it out on me. If you're sitting around, you got nothing to do, shake a leg, come along with me. You take one step, you take two steps, you take three, and get on up.
Welcome back, everybody. We were having some nice off-camera talk about food and stuff.
Yeah,
so
food.
We were
it's
talking
some
about
food, all right. Yeah.
and eating and driving and stuff, and that maybe shouldn't be right. So anyway, this is the American Car Classics Radio program. Thank you for tuning in as always. Since we're on the theme of Mecum and doing everything we've been doing with John Kraman, which we do appreciate him so much coming on and doing, talking with us. I've got 5 cars coming up at Glendale, Arizona. All of these are no reserve cars. I want to start running and do a little bit of pick and see what's going to happen.
You want to do that now, or you?
I wanna do that right now.
Isn't it the auction's a month away? No.
It's a month and a half. We're just
Month
gonna
and a
build-
half.
We're going to build it up and just go. For,
Come on,
a couple
man.
of times. Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
Yeah,
Where we
okay.
going?
What do you got?
So
Am I
we're-
looking at the screen?
Yeah,
here?
Bryce, we're going to do the first one here. This
He's
is
got another Pinto
This
wagon.
is lot number F67. This is a Z06 2016 Corvette.
No, it's
That
not.
is
Looks
not
like a
Bronco.
Corvette, bro.
He is off. He is off.
I like it though.
That's a nice looking
Let's talk
Bronco
about that
right
one.
there.
Man, that Corvette sits pretty low, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty, I'm not a Ford guy, but I'm gonna tell you what. Right now, that's a pretty nice Ford.
Yeah. so it's
He's not a
running
Ford guy. Yeah. All of a
That's
sudden, he's
great
not a
photos
Ford
of it,
guy.
too.
The paint fumes definitely got to him lately.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so
You know what I think it was? I think it was pulling that same lot number from the from the Kissimmee one.
From the
We're
Kissimmee
not-
lot.
That was
but
We're
you
not
got
gonna
the next
talk
one,
about
right?
that
You
one?
got the next one. We're going to talk
Yeah,
about it.
we got the
Listen,
next
We're still
one.
doing
Oh,
it.
man.
What do you got?
This is a 2016 Corvette Z06 Pilot car. This is previously owned by General Motors. This was a display at the Indy and NASCAR races and associated press interviews
Boy's
and photo
concentrating hard.
events. The odometer reached 2,100 miles. It's a 6.2 liter, 650 horsepower car. This is red and black. You can't see it.
We can't
My
see it.
copies are
We're not
black.
bringing it up.
Nope.
You don't have a
bringing it
picture of
up.
that one?
That's too
So
new.
right here,
I don't have it.
this is what we have.
Okay.
This is what we
So
have.
what's it going for?
So, well, we don't know. That's
What do you mean by pilot car? Well, I don't know what that is.
So it was owned by General Motors, and it was
Right.
used as a exhibition type
Is
of
it a
car.
titled car?
It is titled.
Okay.
It has 2,100 miles on it, 650 horsepower,
pure
6.2.
Yeah.
And it was just there for a lot of photo ops and events and conversations. So it's a virtually brand new
Brand new car.
2016 Corvette
Z06.
Z06.
Yeah.
So let me go in here. I'll jump in. I don't care. Right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you do
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
You go first. Mikey likes it.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
70,000.
Wow. I think you're low. I'm going to say like 125.
You think on a 16 Z06?
It's a Z06.
But it's
a
owned by General
Z06.
Motors, so titled by GM.
It's almost like a Copo.
Almost like a Copa, but
Yeah.
not the horsepower on
Right.
it. But
150.
150. Let me go 150, man. I'm gonna go.
are you going 6-figure?
I'm gonna go 110.
110.
Wow. All right, Kenny is
That doesn't mean anything. Remember, we got blown
No,
out of the water the
that's
last
right.
Yeah,
show.
you could.
absolutely did.
You're probably gonna be the wiener.
Yeah.
Aren't I always talk?
I know.
All right.
I just
All
figured
right.
I was.
Are we going to pull this one up, Bryce? It's going to be the 1969 Chevelle SS. There you go,
Oh, yeah,
buddy.
that's
in
a
the
nice-
snow.
Look at that.
It's all
In the
jacked up.
snow.
though. I don't
In
know
the
about all that.
snow.
Even got
these
some mud
photos.
flaps on it. Check it out.
Yeah.
572
new
cubic
style.
inch, 5-speed, black on black.
How big?
572.
Oh,
Ooh,
572.
A crate?
Yes, sir.
572?
Yes, sir. This is R303 is the lot number. This is a no reserve car. I'm going to squint again.
Full speed?
Frame off restoration approximately
Oh, yeah.
2018.
I got that right in mind.
Current owner held it for 23 years. The new 572 V8 crate engine
Yeah.
with
Never seen bad weather.
Phi-Tech fuel injection on it. The Tremec
What do you mean? It's
5-speed
in bad weather
transmission.
there.
Go ahead.
I like
New
it.
stock interior.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's about it. It's just sitting pretty. It's got a great little stance.
Yeah.
Meat underneath the back is not as much as what Todd would like.
Right.
Well, I just don't like them jacked up like that.
Oh, I
with the mud
do.
flaps.
I
The mud
like-
flaps
I mean,
kill
the
it.
mud
Oh,
flaps
mud
are killing
do
it.
kill it.
Yeah. I guess
But,
because he's in the
in the
It's a
snow.
Yeah.
nice looking
Yeah.
car. Don't get me wrong. It needs to be set down a little bit in the
Yeah.
back. This car's a little tall back in the back.
Powder coated frame, global west suspension, tubular control arms,
Kenny left all the important stuff.
Hundred-
coilover
105.
shocks. It's pretty good.
105.
Willwood brakes.
You think on a 69?
Yeah. 105.
You can't buy a 70 anymore. This is really, I mean, people are 71 and then 69 and all the way out.
You're not going to buy one affordable.
Right.
Done, anyway. Steve's found a pretty reasonable one.
Mike is
6-cylinder car.
reading on this car, so
Yeah.
that's really all.
Are you
going
gonna
to
bid on it?
He's not.
Am I going to bid on it? No.
Oh.
I just got
I
rid
thought
of
you
mine.
just
I'm
said
not going to get.
Mike, go ahead and tell me what you think on this thing.
I'm
though.
going to say 85. You know, because
Todd,
everybody
Todd, where
says
did
they have super
the
sports,
69.
but he
105.
doesn't. He doesn't say
105.
anything about documentation. Doesn't say anything. You know, it's tough.
I'm gonna go 78.
I'm pretty high, but
Steve,
I'm being optimistic.
I'm going to go 75. Just because it's a 69.
yeah,
And it's got mud flaps.
right. Get the mud flaps.
It does. I'm gonna break out my glasses so I can do
The
this.
There
person
you
who
go.
put the mud flaps on there should have been questioning themselves. Like,
I know.
Right.
the
How
hell?
could you do that?
How about the guy that took the pictures? Is like, hey man, you sure you want to leave the mud flaps
Listen,
on?
if
for the-"
someone brought that car into me and said, put mud flaps on, I'd be like, there's the door.
Right. All right.
You shouldn't have that car.
This next one, lot number S104. This is a 1970 Dodge Challenger RTSE. This is a 446 pack car, automatic, no reserve. This is a plum crazy with an interior that is called Houndstooth.
Yeah, beautiful.
One of 296 V-code Challengers, one of 15 produced with the N96 shaker hood, one of 7 V-code shaker cars with the Torque Flight automatic transmission. So this car is low. Odometer reads 53,000 miles.
She'll go pretty good.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
going to go good.
Even with the rusty radiator. You couldn't fix that rusty
Yeah,
radiator?
I know they couldn't.
What
Yeah,
the
they
hell?
couldn't paint it.
Special performance Dana 60 rear axle.
Yeah.
Says it has a 2-fender tag car. Does anybody know what that is? 2 fender tags?
Yeah, there's 2 tags on the fender.
Yeah. On both sides.
2 turntables and a
No,
microphone.
it's only one side, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, isn't it like
It's only on the driver's side.
On the
right?
driver's side
Yeah.
fender, yeah.
Okay, so there's one up by the headlights, and then there's one back by the
Well,
by the
one
cowl.
has all the
the upgrades, right? And then one's a
Yeah.
factory one?
Yeah.
options. Okay.
Everything is on the fender
Terrific.
tag. On
Okay.
The, on
That's
that
like the
fender tag.
SLP cars. You know, you got your VIN number.
This is
and
a
you get your-
former Mopar National Show winner.
Oh, yeah, it's going to go big money. This,
Yeah.
this is like 350.
Do you think that much?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start out with
Shit.
Steve. We're going to let Steve start out on
Well,
that.
because basically it's the same. You know, John's talking that Golden Ghost is going to go for like $3 million.
Right,
If this had a Hemi in it, it's the exact same car.
right.
So I'm
Yeah.
going 3 and 3.
Even with the rusty
Is
radiator.
that what you're saying, 350?
Oh, look
Yeah,
at
I
that.
said
Look at the hood
350,
fitment,
yeah.
Todd. Come on.
Yeah, the hood fitment looks a little buckled.
Rusty radiator. Come on.
I
Where's that?
still think it's
Well,
going to go
I'm going
Steve.
to drop it at 100.
at 100.
I was
No,
going
I'm going to drop 100.
Steve,
Okay.
125.
125.
Todd.
Oh, y'all wait for me? Let's
I'm
say,
just watching you breathe, man.
I'm just thinking 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 175.
You know, these Dodge people are different. They're
Yeah.
almost like Ford people.
Man, Steve taught me a lot
Well,
about the BOPs, man. It's just
Well,
who's
you
in the
are a
room.
Ford people now.
All right. The next one is lot number
Spill out.
T68. This is a 1983 Chevy C10 pickup truck. Black with the red, two-tone. Kind of makes it look good. I like the breakup of it with the
14.
red. 396 cubic inch automatic, red and black interior, red and black exterior. This is a short box model, professionally built 396 V8, not listing any horsepower. It's a TCI
She's clean.
Street Fighter
Yeah.
700 R4 transmission, air conditioning, power windows, power door locks,
Seats.
Pioneer
What's
stereo,
with the seats?
new sliding rear window.
My first interior job.
Yeah, he forgot to put new cushions under it.
Yeah.
Positive track rear end, new U joints,
Nice.
recent front end alignment. So the points are low, but the truck
AC.
looks pretty good to me, man. I like
Now,
it.
Is it 4-wheel drive or it's not?
No, it's two-wheel
two-wheel
drive.
Okay. So it's there, I don't know, like 40.
Look at the frame.
Yeah. Well, it's a Colorado car.
Well, it's a good truck. I mean,
Yeah. Just spray bong. The
I'll go
frame.
32. What do you think, Todd?
17.
17. I think you're. That's
Yeah.
low.
27.5.
There you go.
I was waiting for you to get on that 5 a little bit because you like to break that a little bit. That's kind of your
Split the middle.
This is
Split
kind of
the
your thing. All right, the last one is Todd's next car. This is a 1983 Ford Mustang convertible lot number
I like that car.
281.
If it's a
Was that an
got a
LX?
5.0 in it.
This is a 5-liter, 5-speed red car with a red
It's like
and
a
white
GT.
interior. This is the new convertible top, red factory white interior, and
Kills
red
it.
and white interior. It's the original Pony
I don't like the wood
windshield.
dash.
Power door locks, electric windows, premium sound with a CD player and a booster in the trunk. New mufflers, a new brake booster.
Yeah, but they're death traps. Those cars.
140 mile an hour speedometer.
It's a
Yeah.
bullet,
Yeah.
man.
Is that the original
wow.
miles?
Maybe.
It does not say anything about the mileage on my sheet.
Look at that. Look at all
Yeah.
that. Damn.
Man,
That's the owner
I'm
code
going
coming
18
off.
grand.
18. Nah, I think it's gonna do more than that. And what is that? A GT or an LX?
No, it doesn't say,
Doesn't say.
but it's not a GT.
Yeah, it's probably that
It's a
LX.
5.0, so it's got to be.
No, because the LX is
Yeah, the bumper
5.0
bumper.
too. Yeah. So
They would usually say on the other side of the trunk lid.
yeah,
Right.
but it's not there.
Uh,
They put a Ford emblem there
So-
instead.
Yeah, it's hard to say on that one.
Yeah, 25.
Hey, homie in the woods always says, price goes up, the top goes down.
That's it. And it's resale red too.
So what do we got? 25, 18. Oh, shit. I'm going to go 20. I'm going to go right in the middle.
I'm gonna go 27.
All right, well then we'll just hang out for 6 weeks and we'll see how we all did.
Yeah.
Hold your breath and count on that.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, Mike, let's talk a little bit about the weekend weather and the car show reports.
I don't know what's going on this weekend too much. I know the weather's going to be okay, but the big car show that we're all waiting on is the one the 19th, February 19th, and that's the 19th annual Sebastian Elks Car and Bike Show. There'll be 230 cars there at least. That's right here at 731 South Fleming Street. That's on Sunday, February 19th from 11 to 3.
Really?
Yeah, don't get there at 11 o'clock. You get there at 11 o'clock, you're never going to be able to park. I know
No.
guys drop their cars off at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning and then go for breakfast. And
Don't
stuff.
some bring it at night?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
not at night. You know, you got a couple of guys that want to get there at like 7 a.m., but that's kind of tough.
Yeah, they pull up. Where am I parking?
Yeah, where am I parking? And then we
nobody
have
here.
They're parking at the bowling alley across the street.
That's the one that guy asked us to be judges.
yeah, you guys are judges that day.
Yeah.
Possibility.
It's a Sunday. You guys off?
Sunday.
It's on a Sunday?
It's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, we got that one in the under the
oak.
trees.
Under the oak.
Oh, well, whatever you want to call it. No,
Right. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
And then we have what else we got going on? I'm not
The one this weekend in Plant City.
Plant City, right? You got the big
Lakeland,
Carlisle auction over in Lakeland. That's this
Yeah.
weekend.
No going for you.
And then I was talking to Steve over at Cool Cars, and he's doing his Grant Fest, the Barbecue Fest, April 15th. That's
Yes, sir.
the 2023 Grant Barbecue Fest.
Yep.
And then the
He had a great turnout last year.
yeah, the 44th annual Antique Show at 3280 Riverside Park, Vero Beach, Saturday, March 18th. We had Bill Maul on here. We had a couple of guys from the AAC on here.
Yep.
Just the bad thing about it, that coincides with the AAC of Cocoa is having their car show
Yeah.
the same day up at the Melbourne Muscle Car Museum.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to phase it much.
I don't really don't either, man. Like I said, when Bill was here, it really, people come from a lot of different area, but the Vero area is very, very big and supportive in that. And,
Yeah.
and I think they'll have another full house. They usually
Yeah,
call
it'll
it.
be full, but a lot of guys I know are going up to the Muscle Car Museum also,
Oh.
so it happens.
It's a split.
We're out of time,
It's a
so
split.
hey,
All right,
put the pedal
well,
to the
beat
metal.
it.
Yeah, we're out of town. We're gonna
Get the hell out.
Yeah.
Shake it, bake it.
take care, everybody. Thanks
We're outta here.
for
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you
tuning
next
in.
week.
That's right. What he said.
Go, Brandon.
You still alive?
He was on TV live last
He
night.
got heckled.
He did get heckled.
They shot him with Ritalin to get out that speech.
Y'all take care. God bless.